Plaintiffs Billy Colburn and her son Jonathan Howard say Billy and the defendant were married for 5 years, and during that time, he left Billy 5 times. Jonathan claims he and the defendant got into a physical altercation, and the defendant assaulted him, so Billy's suing her ex for emotional distress. Defendant Sean Colburn admits that he and Jonathan got into a heated argument, but he insists Jonathan attacked him, and he simply fought back in self-defense. Sean claims after the fight, Jonathan threatened him with a knife, and Sean's countersuing his ex-wife for unreturned property.
Start with you.
We met back in 2004 where we worked. We married right away. I'd been a single parent for 10 and a half years. This is my son, Jonathan, and I have a daughter at home. Throughout the 5 years that we were married, we fought a lot. We argued. It was more like having another child than it was having a husband.
Fought about what type of things for the most part?
We fought just about everything. Mostly it was about my kids. Mostly it was about our finances, money, you name it. Really, honestly, really stupid stuff. Within the 5 years that we were married, he left 5 times.
I disagree with that statement.
For how long?
I think the longest time he was gone was almost a year.
Why?
He just couldn't handle with being a parent, being a step-parent, being a husband.
All right, after a year, that's pretty long. How did he return?
He had moved to Orlando, and then the biggest problem...
You hadn't heard from him in a year?
We had been in contact and talked. We were going to try to work things out. He came home, and just a couple of weeks later, on Halloween night, my son was in a really bad car accident, and his head went through a windshield. In the emergency room, they pulled 5 handfuls of glass out of his head. He broke his finger. They had to stitch his head up. A couple mornings later, it was Sunday, I begged him to come to church with me. Against my better judgment, I left the 2 of them alone. I took my daughter to church. When I was gone, I'll let my son Jonathan tell you what happened.
Yes,
there was something that we got into an argument over, and it led to a fight, and he hit me on the top of my head where my stitches were, and he took my finger and bent it back, so I lunged on top of him trying to defend myself, and then I left and went to my friend's house and waited for my mom to come home, and then I'm pretty sure that the cops got called, and there was this thing where they said that we couldn't talk in the house, we couldn't be within a certain amount of feet. And
restraining order.
Your Honor, he attacked me.
Was he ultimately charged with a crime?
No,
Why
there were
not?
no charges pressed.
Why not, ma'am?
Because I just have too big of a heart.
Okay, gotcha.
I just
All
couldn't
right.
do it.
Give me some background from you, sir.
Yes, sir, thank you. That day of the argument, it is true. I should have went to church with her that
So all the other things she said before, you don't want to contest?
I'm not going to say that either because there was a lot of issues, a lot of control issues on her
All right,
end
so
as
you
well.
don't want to contest the other things. So my assumption would be that it's true. Now, this one incident, what happened again?
I had actually made, yes, he was in an accident, and I had made some comments about his father. He had jumped me that day. He had attacked me. And what I did is I pushed him off of me. And yes, I may have inadvertently hit his finger in the process, but it was not intentional. What he did actually...
What about the top of his head?
No, I don't remember hitting the top of his head.
Do you have a doctor's report?
I didn't go to the doctors after that.
He did go back and have a CAT scan done on his head later.
How long after?
The very next day. It was the very next day.
Was he already scheduled to go?
Yes, that's why, because he was already scheduled to go for that day.
And did they observe any damage?
No, they said everything was fine.
Okay. And, sir, you disagree that anything touched his head, obviously, during this commotion?
As I said, he was on top of me. I was trying to get him off of me. So maybe I did inadvertently hit him in his head.
Okay,
it was not
first it was
intentional.
just the finger. Now it's inadvertently the head as well. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, and that's all he wants to discuss today. Obviously, pardon
There's
me?
a little bit more to the argument, if you don't mind. He went into the kitchen, and he said to me, "Psycho, do you want to see Psycho?" He came into the bedroom, and in his hand was a knife.
And then what?
I left the building. I didn't want to deal with the situation.
You walked out of the bedroom?
Yes, I walked out of the
And
bedroom.
was he standing
I walked
there?
right by him.
Okay, that's
and I
pretty
walked out the
brave.
door. I knew he wasn't going to do
If I am to believe that,
I did.
Psycho, I'm going to show you Psycho. Excuse me, I have something I gotta get done. Excuse me, son.
Well, I rushed out. I rushed by him, yes.
Do you have any evidence of any of this?
The documentation was on the fridge. It's been removed. No, I don't have it.
All right. You never pulled a knife?
No, sir. As soon as I got off him, I walked to my friend's house, lived across the apartment complex, called my mom, because it was towards the end of church, waited for her to get home.
Okay.
Then I went there, and...
What was the final resolution?
They basically had said that both of them were at fault.
Okay.
That
So why should he be entitled to a judgment for this if it has been concluded by an independent third party that they were both at fault?
because I feel this is my child. No matter who it is, he had been in an accident 2 days prior. There was handfuls of glass pulled out of his head, and he
I
smacked
understand that,
him
ma'am,
on
and
the
I'm sorry to
head.
hear that. But he alleges your son attacked him because he was talking about your son's father. And the investigation has concluded that it was both their faults. So I can't hold one liable if there's been an investigation and they've concluded that both were at fault. Your counterclaim for unreturned property is for what? $1,200?
$1,200, yes, sir. There's a combination of clothes that were thrown away. She gave my clothes to her friends, and I also had some collectibles, some items that I invested in. And I had asked her,
This is which one of your times that you ran away of the 5?
it was actually 3 times that I left, sir, not 5.
Oh, okay. This is the last time you ran away.
Well, we're now divorced. We've been
So
talking since then, but
that
we're now
last
divorced.
time you never returned?
No, sir.
Okay, but when you did return to get your property, it was gone or destroyed?
She lived in Ozark, Missouri, and I lived in Springfield, Missouri, which is several miles away. And I had to get a taxi cab to go get my things. And as I was there, it was a school day. Jonathan was at home on the computer, not in school. The cab was waiting for me, so I went to get as much stuff as I could. I didn't want to have any type of interaction with Jonathan. So I got as much as I could. I went to the taxi, and the next day I'm like, Billy, I need to get my stuff back. She completely ignored me. She didn't respond to me. For 30 days, she told me she gave me 30 days to get my stuff back, but yet she didn't do anything to help me get my stuff.
Help you how?
I asked her about it, and they're like, Billy, I need to get to the house to get my things. So I tried to call the sheriff in the local area.
Okay.
The sheriffs are like, well, this happened in Ozark, and you're in Springfield. We're not going to help you get your stuff.
All right. Ma'am, did you prohibit him from getting his items?
No, sir. No, Your Honor. He actually had not contacted me. The first time that either one of us had even spoken was on May 15th, May 16th, which was 3 months after he left.
What was discussed regarding his property?
He asked me, he's like, well, why did you get rid of my stuff? He
Oh,
automatically...
you had gotten rid of it?
I gave it to my church family because there's a lot of people in my
How
church.
long had you been gone?
About a month.
And had you informed her of anything prior to that 1 month of absence?
I tried to work it out with her, and she wouldn't talk to me about it.
Where were you?
At work.
You all were there each day together?
Oh, yeah, we
worked-
worked the same schedule.
we
For
worked
that
different
month?
shifts.
In which you threw his things out?
He had never contacted me.
But you saw him every day.
We had different
You are
shifts, sir.
supposed to give a person notice before you destroy or do anything else with their property. You knew where he was. You didn't give him notice. You simply gave his property away. $1,200 is your judgment.
Thank you, sir.
And what other emotional distress do you want aside from the incident with your son?
Every single time that he left me,
Okay.
put me in...
Unfortunately, ma'am, bad marriages and bad relationships cannot be rewarded
I
with
understand.
a judgment. So I have to dismiss your claim. Have a good day. Judgment for the counterclaimant.
I am really happy about some of the changes that she's told me about between her and her son. I feel that justice has been served today.
He did not tell the complete truth. So as far as I'm concerned, whether I won or whether I lost, because I know that I did tell the truth and he did not, I still won.